Okay, your blonde bombshell back with you. It's been about 4 days, I would say, since we've spoken. We had a family emergency happen last Friday, and the person that it happened to is very prideful, doesn't want me to share all the details. Um, just wants you to know that he's okay. And everybody's been asking me whose car is parked outside your house. Well, let me straighten that out. My cousin Amber's vehicle broke down, but my cousin Penny was the one driving cousin Amber's vehicle, and she was the first one on the scene for the family emergency this past Friday. It seems like it's been a week. It hasn't. Um, anyway, it's broke down. It's parked out there, and we know it. It's all okay. It doesn't eat. It doesn't drink water. It's doing good. And it can sit there as long as it needs to. So anybody wants to know, there's that answer. Um, I don't want to focus too much on it because I'm going to get emotional. I'm going to cry. Just know that when you have someone very close and very dear to your heart have a moment, sometimes you have that moment and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is overwhelming. How am I going to get through it? But you do, and you find out who your friends are. That evening, I got an amazing phone call from our neighbor, and she says, now, I want you to know, here's what I've got going on. I called the guy over the railroad track. He's going to mow, and he's been mowing, excuse me. And I called the man over here, and he's got his rider going, and he's doing your lot in the front piece while they're doing your back piece from the guy over the railroad track. And I'm trying not to get emotional. And the guy's going to come and work on your mower on Saturday. We know how long it's been out of commission. We know that that's Grandpa's favorite play toy. It'll be worked on. I'm so blessed and so grateful to have good neighbors. And let me tell you, in times of need, you find out who your true friends are. And I couldn't be more blessed. Thank you. I want to cover the Wendy's topic because it's a huge topic. Everybody knows that I love to bake and usually take things out to Wendy's. That stopped as of Friday. We had Wendy's, but I was informed the grilled chicken wrap was no longer on the menu, and anybody who fixed it would be in trouble, or hot water. So therefore, Grandpa and I decided that it wasn't worth anybody putting their job at jeopardy for. So until they put it back on the menu, unfortunately, we're boycotting Wendy's. We've tried new experiences. We've tried Long John Silver's. We've tried Arby's. And so far, Arby's seems to stick. I used to work there as one of my first jobs. Probably why it's sticking so well. Anyway, he gets a 15% discount for being a veteran. He also gets to, we switch between roast beef and fish. Of course, no bun. And bun, 2 bottom buns and a bun. You can just have so much and they don't argue with you at Arby's. So that's why we go to Arby's now. I don't bake for Arby's because they're not Wendy's. And I miss Wendy's, yes, I won't lie. But until they decide to bring back, they had the grilled chicken wrap on the 4 for $4 menu. They took it off. They had a wonderful young lady there who came up with this idea of taking the single junior bacon thing, and because I didn't like bacon after I had the tooth incident, but just putting the 1 slice of beef that you would get in a junior, lettuce and tomato with some pickle, and wrap it up instead of the grilled chicken. Well, then they stopped that nonsense. So I decided I was going to get my grilled chicken wrap, but I was going to do it in the kids' meal, and I was saving the toy to give to our neighbors, and they love that. And I miss it too, kids, just saying. But when I was informed that that was no longer going to be an option, then we informed them that they are no longer an option for our destination to eat. Sadly, but true. A lot of stuff has happened since I've seen you last. Of course, May 1st went into effect. Most stores make you wear masks. Some do not. I do have a new music note mask that arrived today. And I bought masks for everybody for Mother's Day, to even one for early Father's Day for Grandpa that has a Chihuahua on it. So They all have brand new masks with that showcase. Now, I want you all to think about this mask thing as not being an inconvenience or being like, oh, when I breathe, it fogs up my glasses. But think of the service you're doing to others. I know it's uncomfortable, but think of the millions of people that you're saving by keeping this on. It's not so much for yourself, although it, kind of blocks anything coming in, unless you get one of those 95 medical masks. But if you get one of these cloth masks, you can put it right like this. That's how my musical note fits over my face. What kind of mask did I get for everybody else? Well, let me cover that before we cover my fun and excitement for today. It was my day off on Monday. Anyway, I got 2 St. Louis Cardinal ones, one for Cousin Penny and one for Mackenzie. I got an elephant one for Mackenzie. I got the Chihuahua one for Grandpa. I have one yet. I haven't decided who it's going to. It's like on the fence because I already gave my mom just a plain mask. So then I have a black cat mask for her as well. I bought myself the music note mask. So we're pretty good with masks. You know what I'm saying? We got it going on. I just hope you all out there are abiding by that. Don't try to be reckless with your statistics at this point. There's times when my grandpa is stubborn and doesn't want to wear his, even if I tell him he has to. He's very stubborn and hard-headed. I don't know where I get it from. Anyway, covering nothing really important about. I will say this. Have you ever tried reading a book and then you're like going, I just cannot get into this book? So I've done that with 4 books, which is really unusual. But I did read all of the Almost Perfect series, and I love this Cowboy at Heart series. It's just right up my alley. I'm going to have to find some more Cowboy at Heart books. This was ironically one of the new books that I got from the book club last month. They have forgotten me this month. Don't know why, but they have. This is one of the first books that I got with them. It's Snowbound with a Cowboy, which I found weird that, I got it for this month and it's from January 20. Shouldn't they be like updating to at least, March? Anyway, it's okay. It's not going to be one of those stellar books by any means. It's probably going to get a lukewarm review, just saying. I've been doing a lot of my artwork. Let me see if I can find all of my artwork for you. Well, my one walked, but you'll see it eventually. I'm working on this one for Mother's Day. My mom already has plenty of pictures, so she won't want it, but I will probably give it to anybody who wants it for Mother's Day. It's God, Country Mom, and Apple Pie. It's not the best in the world, but hey, it's the thought that counts, right? So, working on that. Like I said, working on Snowbound with a Cowboy. That's the big news in my world to share with you. Have I heard about Pritzker going to open up possibly by regions, and what's my thoughts? It's still too soon. I don't know why we're pushing this. Georgia tried it and it's backfiring. I know my political views have cost me a few friends, and I'm sorry, but when I get on a topic, I tend to write it to death and feel like until my voice is heard, I'm outspoken. And I only do that here on my YouTube channel. I don't do that in real life when I have the option to be outspoken. But it's easier to express my thoughts and feelings here with you all than it is in real life, because it's scary in real life out there, If you express your opinion or your voice, it's not always a good thing. And some people don't care. Some people don't want to listen. Just saying. Anyway, we're going to get on to the fun and excitement that happened today on Monday, my day off. B&D, my favorite little store down here, that since we have Goodwill, that closed. The only other place I like to go is down here at B&D. Well, I went down there today. No, I didn't, because they were closed. I can't keep my days straight. That's how this quarantine thing's going. So they were closed, so I decided I had flowers to plant. My game plan originally went like this. Flowers to plant, go to Home Depot, get some tomatoes, get some more flowers, finish out the buckets. That was a little bit overstrenuous, because let me tell you what really happened today. I decided it was time to get Grandma's Morning Glory seeds in the ground. So therefore, that meant taking down the old vine any way possible. Now, I'm 5'2.5", and that's with shoes, okay? So I'm not that tall. So I go out there, and I decided, this vine's coming down any way, shape, or form. Yeah, that's overzealous. I go out there, and, I mean, that thing's climbed up the trellis-like thing, and not only that, but it went into part of the overshaded patio part. So I had my fun, because getting that part down, it was taller than me. Well, most things are, but it was taller than me. So I have a fear of heights. I have a fear of water, both things. But anyway, back to the fear of heights. I decided, how am I going to get this down? It's just me, myself, and I, and Grandpa's in the house, and I definitely don't want him on a ladder. So I went ahead and got the snow shovel. Snow shovel. And I'm scraping at the stupid thing to get it all the way down. But I did. It's down. I used the push mower. It's mulched. It's great. I installed the new seeds for Morning Glories with some Miracle-Gro. And hopefully it works. And put them in the ground and put the dirt over them. Then I decided, I had one flat of flowers from Rural King that I was going to get all that flat planted. It would be a snap, right? Well, yours truly can't find the little troll thing to dig in the ground and, plant your flowers. So I had to use my hands. And you know what? There is nothing wrong. I know some of y'all are going, Donna, there's earthworms. There's all kind of weird bugs. Let me tell you, you got to get over that fear, okay? And so you got to dig in that dirt and just see what you find, which you hope is not too bad. But I had a garden claw, so I was able to loosen it up a little bit along the actual flower beds before I got down there and got really dirty. Got all those flowers planted from Rural King, even the marigolds, which back by the fence row is where our tomatoes are going to go. We don't have the tomatoes bought. I'm going to get back to what I was doing. So I planted what I had. But then I decided out by the wishing well, I was going to put, which the poor thing has seen better days. It's sad but true. I was going to take everything, including the new things that I bought, and put it out there by the wishing well. And I'm glad I did. It's all decorated around there. I usually had it done before now. I'm running a little late this holiday season, but hey, at least I'm getting them in the decorations. You know what I'm saying? And I got, like I said, all the other flowers planted, but I'm not done with planting by any means. I've got to get some petunias. I've got to get my favorite little flowers that are blue Hawaiians that have the little fuzzy tops. And I've got to get some white flowers. I've got plenty of red flowers out back. I just need some blue and white so that, Memorial Day, 4th of July, it looks festive out back. No, we don't have anything special going on those days, but I like to feel a little patriotic during those 2 days. Other than that, planted everything with my hands, pulled weeds with my hands, and Grandpa was concerned about his mower, his rider mower, so we had to ask the neighbors and get all that information straightened out, and the young gentleman that fixed it came over and talked with Grandpa tonight, and they had a good conversation, and that was nice. It really was, and I'm happy for him on that. And appreciate what you have while you have it, okay? Not gonna get choked up. Anyway, it's been a long weekend, and we are starting a week. And of course, this next weekend is going to be Mother's Day. I hope you're all prepared for that. In some cases, my elderly coworker friends that are who are like mother figures to me, I have already treated them to their Mother's Day. They've got it. I don't think some of them have unwrapped it yet, or if they have, they haven't told me. But I'm going to make a point to see my work mom this coming next weekend. She doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to send her a text later saying that, because I'm getting tons of magazines. I've subscribed to some new magazines, as you all know, but I'm getting some like Schwan Foods, and we don't ever order food, we usually either go to County Market and get it out of the freezer section or go to a restaurant. Which for Mother's Day, we came up with a vote of everybody's going to get it from Cracker Barrel, because we didn't have it this past time. Remember, I cooked. So we're doing Cracker Barrel this time, but we haven't came up with a decision on dessert yet. So stay tuned, because they want me to cook. And we all know when I cook, I tell you all about it. Not too much more to share with you except for my planning detail today. Oh, I went up to 8-pound weights last night. Ooh, let me tell you, I felt the burn this morning when I went outside and started getting, things situated and everything when you bend down and pick up. But it was a good kind of burn, so I hope that's good. My goal is 10-pound weights on each arm. I'm not a knockout by any chance, but I'm doing the best to be the best version of me. So I think that's all that matters. If you stay tuned, I'm going to do a book review for you next. It's a very good book. Lots of pages marked and lots of moments to share. So please stay tuned.